why can't I just be friends with him?
Why I shouldn't know about that? That's the question.
Such a bull.
Grosso, grosseiro. Nem sei se eu quero mais falar com ele.
10 seconds later.
Esqueceu um pouco tudo que passou, né?
Hello, my Panda Pals, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about part 1 of what happened on Before the 90 Days, Season 7, Episode 8. So, buckle up, and let's go for a ride. Let's check in with Tigerlily and Adnan. This one is gonna be super duper fast. Cruz is finishing up Tigerlily's hair, and boy, did he really work for his supper today. Are those actual curls that I see in her hair? Good job, Cruz! Tigerlily and Adnan are cuddling and they're crying because they're about to be separated for an unknown amount of time as they wait for a spousal visa to be approved.
Don't worry, baby.
Just don't know, when. My heart is in pieces.
No.
They head to the airport and Tigerlily tells us she knows they have problems and she has a lot of concerns with being apart from him. But she was able to see Adnan get very emotional about her leaving, and that really showed her that she means a lot to him.
It was important for me to see that. It made me hopeful. What we have is strong enough to get through anything.
Let's talk about Ingrid and Brian. Ingrid escaped back home, and she recounts last night's events. And yes, I will 100% be believing everything that she says. She tells us that after Brian told her he did not bring any condoms, she was like, oh, okay, then let's just do it another time. And apparently, he started to foam at the mouth, and he was like, no, I'm gonna go down on you. And he starts kissing on her tummy, and she was like, no, please stop, I am not okay with this.
Ai, eu me senti incomodada, sabe? Sexo oral é uma coisa mais íntima do que sexo normal. Tá com as coisas tão avançadas assim.
So she was super turned off because he was acting like he was gonna die if they did not bang tonight. And she also did not love that he kind of just told her he was gonna go down on her and did not ask to see if this is something that she even wanted.
Eu tô vendo ele agora cara totalmente diferente, né? Ele é grosso. Nem sei se eu quero mais falar com ele.
I want to say I'm so happy that she is seeing through him. I just have a feeling that they are gonna end this episode all hunky-dory and ready to bang again. I just have a feeling. Brian, of course, does not realize how predatory he's been this entire season, and he says that Ingrid just wanted an out because she didn't want to be intimate with a guy with a disability, which is honestly so fucking annoying. She was literally in lingerie last night, letting him rub lotion all over her, and all he had to do was bring a condom and be considerate.
Ingrid turning me down was her out. She's realizing that she doesn't want to be intimate with a guy with a disability.
Brian then gives his sister Reese a call so that he can get some advice. He's like, listen, I forgot the condom, but I was gonna please her in any way that I could because I am such a great guy. But she was all like, no, I don't want that. I'm uncomfortable. And like, bitch, why are you sending me so many mixed signals? I'm so done.
So I didn't want you to go any further.
Right. And then I tell her, you know what? What's wrong with you? What the hell? I'm done.
I hope to God he did not say, what is wrong with you? And my guy, she wasn't giving you mixed signals. She said, no, I don't want to do it without a condom. And then she said, no, I'm not comfortable with you going down on me. She was crystal clear. You can't say that you're getting mixed signals just because you cannot grasp the concept of consent.
Oh, Brian.
Yes.
You can't be like a caveman or a Neanderthal with that move.
Thank the good Lord that Reese is not an absolute moron like her brother. She explains that for most dudes, getting a blowy probably isn't that big of a deal. Most probably don't even see it as an intimate act. But for her, she won't let someone go down on her until they have been together for a very long time.
You know, you want to be more respectful first.
I thought I was being respectful by offering that. I thought that was a respectful move.
That's just a nice gesture. Respecting her boundaries is what would have actually been respectful. Reese goes on to tell him that he should have said, hey, I have this present for you. Would you like it? Instead of just tossing the present at her face and saying, you're welcome.
Gotta ask instead of assuming. I have to trust them, feel comfortable with them.
Oh, I never thought about that.
You've never thought about it? Your sister's literally walking through how to get consent and you have never thought about it? Brian definitely thought that his sister was totally gonna be on his side with this one, and he tells us, yeah, I guess for women, shoving your face all up in their coochie is an intimate act. Who knew? I hate this man. Brian says that he feels bad for reacting the way that he did, and now he wants to apologize to Ingrid.
I do feel bad for my behavior and my reaction. I think she deserves better. At the same time, something's wrong. Something's off.
Yeah, you are still here. Can you please leave? It's now been 2 days since we discovered Brian doesn't know what consent means, and he's meeting up with Ingrid because he wants to apologize to her.
I was hurt and confused on why Ingrid didn't want to be intimate. It just felt like I was rejected, and so I pouted and ran out of the room.
So he wants to apologize, but he also says that he wants to clarify some things, because sure, he threw a tantrum when he didn't know how to take no for an answer, but he's still pretty convinced that Ingrid is a terrible person and just did not want to do it with him because he's in a wheelchair.
Ingrid's just not into me. Maybe it's because my disability. I don't know. I can't continue chasing this relationship if she's not willing to be intimate with me.
Oh my God. And he's just making it all about him. Listen, dude, kitty meow meows go nuts for people that respect their boundaries. I really need you to get your head out of your ass and think about someone else who isn't you for like a microsecond. Ingrid is still mad at the way that he behaved the other night, but they've been talking for 2 years, so she really doesn't feel right cutting him off right then and there.
Mas se ele não pudesse responsabilizar pelas ações dele, eu acho que a gente tem que cortar por aqui. Esse não é o Brian que eu conheci.
Yeah, I highly doubt that he will take any accountability. He's probably just gonna be like, yeah, I'm sorry that I was an asshole, but like, don't you think you kinda deserved it? Brian says that he takes the blame for everything that happened that night, but he does feel like she rejected him only because he's in a wheelchair. And Ingrid is like, no, that is absolutely not the reason why. And he's like, okay, then why don't you try to explain it to me, huh? And Ingrid tells him that the act of going down on a person is so much more intimate to her, and she just wasn't ready to take that step with him. Brian does not respond to this well at all. He actually responds to this in, I think, like, the worst way possible.
Você devia ter perguntado pra mim, perguntar o que você acha? O que você acha?
Que chato, porque era presente.
Yeah, and you can say no to those. Can you imagine if the tables were turned and Ingrid just came in, I don't know, like wearing a strap on and was like, hey, I have a present for you. I'm gonna peck you. And then Brian was like, oh, no, I'm actually really uncomfortable with that. And then Ingrid stormed off throwing a hissy fit because he wasn't more grateful.
Diz uma coisa e agora, em vez de provar
Vira monstro.
provar com atitudes, tá me provando diferente.
Brian then starts to cry and he apologizes, saying that his apology is coming from the very bottom of his heart. And as predicted, Ingrid tells him that she forgives him, and she tells us that she can see that he's trying to understand. And I'm sorry, but the man is 51 and he has had like 10 ex-fiancés and like 4 ex-wives. If he still has trouble respecting people's boundaries and understanding what consent is, then you need to let him go. Ingrid tells him that they can move forward together, and Brian is like, you know what, we should go and take a trip. And she's like, yeah, that'll be good for us. Let's just forget everything we've just been through.
Esquecer pouco tudo que passou, né?
Por favor.
Uma viagem é boa. Bora pra Recife.
And they are smiling and giggling, and honestly, I could not be any more disappointed. Let's say hello to Veah and Sunny. The two wake up, they cuddle, they kiss, and Sunny is like, oh my god, I had such a good time cuddling with you, despite your gross chicken legs.
Because you're like a little prickly?
Yes. Chicken legs.
Stop. I don't know how to take this.
He leaves to grab some drinks for them, and she gets ready for the date that he has planned for her. She gives Rory a call, and she's like, I don't have a lot of time because my boo thing is gonna be right back, but oh my gosh, I feel so guilty not telling him about you because he's been so sweet to me.
I'm just really scared to tell him because this information is like too much for him to handle. Like, because he's very, very jealous.
Then why did you do this? This feels like the most overt display of self-sabotage that I have ever seen. Veah is honestly hoping that she's gonna tell Sunny about Rory, and Sunny is just gonna be like, oh yeah, that's totally chill. Why don't you tell him to come along and we can just all be besties? And then Rory tells her to come back down to earth and put herself in Sunny's shoes.
Look at it from his perspective, though. You kind of are hiding stuff from him. So he's going to feel disrespected in some way.
Then Veah is like, you know what? Everything has been going like so well. Maybe I shouldn't even tell him about you. If I were Rory, I would be so annoyed. Like, you had me fly all the way to South Africa to meet your new boyfriend and make sure he's not crazy, and now you're just telling me to go f off.
Today has to be the day that I tell Sunny. I'm really scared that Sunny will never forgive me for this, and this could be the end of our relationship.
It definitely did not have to, but you chose to do this in the dumbest way possible. Sunny honestly seems very sweet. He is taking her all around Durban, and he's being really shy.
I've been waiting for that. I'm just nervous to ask you then.
You can hold my hand? That's cute.
He takes her on a romantic gondola ride, and he tells her he really appreciates her coming all the way here and spending time with him.
Is there anything that could ever change how you feel about me?
No, never.
There's nothing?
Can you tell me something?
No. This is really cute.
Veah, like a dummy, ultimately decides not to tell him because she doesn't want to ruin this cute, adorable little date. But it does not take long for the universe to let the cat out of the bag.
Hey, stop.
Don't follow me. I don't want to talk. I don't want to even see your face. Don't even touch me. Go touch your ex-boyfriend.
So Veah tells us that during a break in filming, she's on her phone, she's texting, and Sunny is being suspicious and asking her who she's texting. And she's like, don't worry about it, and being just super sus. So apparently, Sunny grabs the phone out of her hand, and he sees a photo of her and Rory on the plane to South Africa, and he freaks out.
What the Veah? You bring your ex here in Durban. You out of your mind.
And Veah is like, oh my god, don't be mad. I literally only brought him here for moral support because I'd never been out of the country. Like, what else did you want me to do? Like, I was gonna tell you eventually, I swear.
We both live in the U.S. I could have been with him if I wanted. I don't want to be with him. I came all the way to your country to be with you.
Sunny tells her he's not an asshole like her, so he's gonna do her a solid and take her back to the hotel. But after he drops her off, he never wants to see her again. They argue in the taxi about the same thing, and they finally get to the hotel, and Veah here has the audacity to say that this is bullshit.
Then why can't I just be friends with him?
Why I shouldn't know about that? That's the question.
Such a bull.
Sunny tells us that he cannot trust her. Not only did she not tell him about her plans to bring her ex-boyfriend to Africa with her, she then proceeded to hide him away from Sunny after they landed. And she still hasn't even said sorry.
You don't accept that you're lying and you don't want to apologize.
I understand and accept what I did.
Yeah, that is still not an apology. Veah tells us that she doesn't know how she's supposed to prove to Sunny that she was eventually going to tell him about Rory. He shouldn't have come to Africa in the first place. And if you really wanted him to come, you should have told Sunny before you came. How do you not get that? Like, I don't understand how she's trying to make Sunny the bad guy here.
I want to fight for this relationship. That's what I came here for. But I feel like he can't understand me.
And that, my Panda Pals, is all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you are not subscribed yet, be sure to click that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. I hope to see you guys for the next one, and as always, thanks for not letting me ride this train wreck alone. Bye!